Hi, my name is Nitin. I was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, a stage 4 brain tumor, in 2014 when I was 12 years old. Childhood cancer introduced me to a whole new community of patients, families, advocates, just everyone affected by this awful disease. And for a kid to get diagnosed at the age that I was diagnosed, or any age really, they have a long list of things that they need to be worrying about. And cancer and treatments and side effects of treatment should not be at the top of that list, taking over their lives. At 12 years old, I was an active kid. I actually played in a tennis tournament the weekend before I was diagnosed. But my symptoms started in January of 2014 when I was experiencing some headaches, eye pain, and dizziness consistently in the mornings and just spaced out throughout the rest of the day. But we never thought anything super serious of it, given my active participation in athletics and extracurriculars. We just wanted to get to the bottom of things. But in March of 2014, when the diagnosis came, it was a complete shock to my family. And as my brother would say, everything just hit the pause button. But being just 12, I had no idea what to expect. Maybe that surgery was just going to put me out of commission for a week, and then I would just rejoin my friends back in school, after recovering. But when I started to digest the long list of treatments ahead of me with radiation and chemotherapy, things really started to hit me. And the biggest challenge that I faced through diagnosis and treatments was just getting my life back again, just wanting to be a normal kid again. I wanted to go to school, eat lunch in the cafeteria with my friends, go to play tennis in the evenings, go to sleep, do my homework. I looked different, I felt different, and I just wanted my life back. I wanted to be that quote unquote normal kid again, and didn't want anyone to think anything was wrong with me. I had trouble walking originally. Definitely lost all of my physical strength that I had gained on the tennis court. I had to relearn how to run. Eating food by mouth was a challenge. I had to get a feeding tube installed because I couldn't really eat by mouth. And I was just getting sick multiple times a day. But uh, socially, thankfully, I had a huge supportive community behind me every step of the way, NBTS being a big part of that. And that really helped me get through all of the tough times. Now, in 2024, about 10 years from when I was diagnosed and about 8.5 years since the end of my treatment, I recently graduated from college back in 2023 and moved up to New York. And I'm currently working as a software engineer living in New York City. I'm really lucky to be where I am today, this far out from treatment and having a job and feeling good. But that doesn't mean that there is a list of long term effects that I have to deal with on a daily basis. And that doesn't stop at hearing loss, tinnitus, vision changes, endocrine effects from the treatments. That, translates to appointments that we have to deal with monthly on a daily basis, scheduling an MRI every year, that, not everyone is aware of. And, you know, feeling good and looking normal to the outside eye is great, but not everyone is aware of the effects that kids like me have to go through, even this far out from treatment. A better chance for me means, especially in the beginning parts of my treatment, is to be able to feel like a kid again. I didn't want to go back to school, be the only kid wearing a hat, having a little backpack with a feeding tube, and having to go to the library to eat lunch because I couldn't be around a big crowd again. I didn't want to be, standing out in a group of big people because of how I looked or how I felt. And on the treatment side of things, I think a better chance means updated treatments. Not so many side effects where, not only am I dealing with like the headaches and everything that comes from the cancer, but treatments leaving me sick, nauseated, weak on a daily basis. And I think that's what a better chance really means. When I was diagnosed in 2014, a good family friend of ours created Team Nithin and registered into NBTS's Race for Hope. And while I was too sick to attend that year, it showed me the community with NBTS, friends, family of ours that came from across the country to run in this race that are behind us all in this fight against pediatric cancer. And me and my family run in this race now every year. And it gives strength, hope, and courage to these kids going through these awful treatments and to get through their treatments and be healthy again. My pediatric cancer experience was rough. It was hard, and no kid should ever need to have to go through that. Um, and there's no hesitation in my mind. I was healthy enough to give back to NBTS and these incredible organizations that bring awareness to childhood cancer. So I invite you guys, as I will, to support the National Brain Tumor Society during Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, because there's nothing like them, and what they do is nothing short of incredible.